a game tonight at MSG. Jalen Brunson, 42. Jamal Murray had 39. Mikal Bridges only 5 points, but a key 3 in the second OT. And Jalen Brunson, 10 of his 42 in the second OT. And the Knicks prevail. Mitchell Robinson was huge on defense. And the Knicks beat Denver tonight, 134 to 127. The Knicks winning streak now 8 wins in a row. Wow, what a game. Bill Pito along with Alan Hahn. We positioned this in the pregame. You got 2 All-Stars on Denver, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. Murray 39, Jokic didn't shoot well, but did have a triple-double with 30 points. On the Knicks side, you got a double-double, 20 points for Cat, but it was Jalen Brunson, the star, that had the brightest shine tonight.
You know what we saw a one star in Jamal Murray try to take the stage over in the first quarter. At a 20-point quarter, he was feeling it. People on that side of the bench were talking about a 50-point night for him, 50 at the Garden. You know how opponents like to come in here and take the stage. Jalen Brunson said, no, this is my stage. And he made sure that he had the last laugh on his stage.
Biggest lead for either team all the way through this entire night was 9 points. That's how close it was.
It was a great game. We said it at halftime. The first half was a great, just a back and forth, 2 really good teams going at it, testing each other's defense, benches coming in, making contributions from, whether it's Landry Shamet, Tim Hardaway Jr. It was a well-played, complete game. I don't know about the officiating, but the game was played very well.
Shamet had 16. Tim Hardaway Jr. 19. Let's take everyone through the crazy sequences, the final 12 minutes of regulation, and then starting the third quarter actually here.
All the way back in the third quarter. Was that yesterday? Yeah, Jalen Brunson had a fantastic
He had 15 in the third.
Yes, and, the Knicks didn't get off to a good start. They've had great third quarters, but Denver got an early lead in the third quarter, and then Jalen Brunson started taking over, started percolating, as Clyde would say, and the Knicks went on a run, and they took control, had the lead going into the fourth.
All right, fourth quarter, Nikola Jokic is just, you watch him, you say, how does he do all the things that he does, but he's phenomenal. Again, only 1 for 13 from 3, but had a 30-point triple-double. Jamal Murray was, in many ways, unstoppable. He had 20 of Denver's first 24 points tonight and finished with a 39. And then he got Brunson. How about that for the footwork?
The blender, as Wally would say. What you saw was the attrition as the game went on. While both teams were battling, Karl-Anthony Towns with a 20-point double-double, and he was phenomenal, and he got 6 stitches also early in the game. But what you saw was the difference. Both teams played last night, right? But, Bill, here's the difference. One team played a knockdown drag-out in Detroit. Another team was in a 30-point blowout. And you saw the attrition in the overtime period start to affect Jokic and Murray.
Murray forced the first overtime with that 2. And then in the first OT, he hits that 3. He's an all-star for the first time, and he played like one tonight. You have the work by Cat on the boards. He had 24 points and 12 rebounds before he fouled out. And then Brunson here. How about Landry Shamet?
Yeah, big shots.
Last 3 games, he's got 16, 14, and 23. That was a huge 3 there. And then you got Jokic down low. And then the second overtime is coming up here shortly. Brunson, that was a key bucket to tie it up.
And that's Jalen Brunson recognizing, again, a teammate. That's a mismatch. He took advantage of it. This is what I don't understand. Steve Javie, the great referee, says you putting air in the whistle. Why put air in the whistle there?
What, do you think Bridges committed a foul?
It's not. That's not the point.
Shouldn't have been called.
Just let it go. If the game's over, what was he going to do if he got the ball? He was falling down. All right, Nothing was going to happen there.
That led to 2 free throws that forced a second overtime.
Right.
And then we're in the second OT here for Jamal Murray.
And credit Brown for making the free throws. Those were tough free throws in front of this crowd.
So it goes to the second overtime, and Brunson took over.
Yeah, and again, Jalen looked like he had more energy than Murray did at that point. And again, it was closing time for Jalen Brunson, and that's what you like. The star players, when they play in this building, they want to take over when they come in. And you have to have a star as big to say no. Carmelo Anthony used to do it. Patrick Ewing used to do it. Jalen Brunson now is doing it to make sure that opponents don't take over this building.
Give Bridges credit. Only had 5 points, but that 3 in the second OT helped seal the win.
Yeah.
Wally Zerbiak helped call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. All right, Wally. Not a bad night to be calling the game, huh?
What a game. Two Titans, one in the East, one in the West, going at it in double overtime, shot for shot. Incredible point guards that I love watching play the game of basketball. Just so clutch, those two guys. Knicks did a great job on Nikola Jokic, 1 for 13 from the three-point line. That's a guy that shoots 45% from three. Yep. And Alan, I'm sorry, I heard what you said. The refs have to make that call. You're the one that pulls up the L2Ms all the time. Bridges cross-body blocked him with time left on in the game. I mean, that's not a smart play by Mikal Bridges. And the refs, you cannot blame them for making that call. They have to make that call. They got the call right. Big-time free throws by Brown, and Bridges came back and made a huge three that he needed to make to seal this game in the double overtime. I give him a lot of credit for forgetting about the play that he made to allow this game to get to a double overtime and making a big shot along with Jalen Brunson in that second overtime. But that has to be made, that call. That was the right call. It was a foul, and there was still time left on the clock.
Yeah, let me be clear. Obviously, textbook-wise and all that stuff, right? But to me, again, like, I don't know what he's doing there if he does
exactly.
Like,
Bridges, I don't know what he's thinking, what he's doing. Not a smart play.
Well, he's trying to tie him up. Like, trying to tie him up.
Time score situation. When that ball's in the air, there's going to be no rebound. So you cannot be committing a foul. That is a big-time learning moment for a veteran on this team. Knicks got away with a victory in this one, but that game should have been over in the first overtime.
Yes.
All right, guys, let's take a look at our thrilling moment brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. We had one thrilling moment after another. But, Wally, how about Jalen Brunson? Alan talked about how clutch he is. Tonight was right up there with among his best clutch performances that we've seen in his Knicks career. He was just absolutely fantastic, as he has been discussed. He was at his best when his best was needed the most.
Unbelievable performance. How about that shot he made at the end of the game, falling off his right foot with his left hand floater over the defender? Just incredible shots. And matching shot for shot with Jamal Murray, who was on fire in this game the whole entire game. And I love the way he also utilized his teammates. And right now, the way Mike Brown is manipulating defensive lineups to get stops and then putting the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands to close games, and the way he's trusting how defenders are defending him. When they're taking the ball out of his hands, he says, here you go, Mikal Bridges. Here you go, Karl Anthony Towns. Here you go, Landry Shamet, OG Anunoby. Make a play. I trust you. Make the shot. And the guys are delivering. Shamet hit a big shot in that corner. He's not afraid of the moment. Him being back in the lineup has been huge for this team.
I like the fact that we talked about Jokic having a 30-point triple-double. Brunson came close to having a 40-point triple-double. 2 rebounds away, 1 assist away. That's a great stat line for him and what he was able to do for his team. And that's really what we've seen during this streak, right? Now, tonight, he did have to take more shots. Tonight, he did have to be more aggressive offensively. But we have seen throughout this streak that he has been a facilitator first, trying to make sure that everybody's involved. And his passing really has become something to watch now for opponents that have to be aware that you can't just focus on him as a scorer or a shooter. You got to worry about his ability to find the open man.
Brunson, 9 assists.
Yep.
So he's passing in addition to his 42 points. And Karl Anthony Towns, well, he was fantastic. Took the shot head-to-head collision in the first half. End of the first quarter, goes in for, Allen, you found out, 6 stitches. And then he ends up finishing with 24 points and 12 rebounds, the most he's scored in a while. He was fantastic all night long going up against Jokic.
He was. He really was. I thought defensively he played very smart most of the time, most of the game. And how about the extra possessions that he helped the Knicks get down the stretch? When the Knicks missed some makeable shots, there he is taking one to the dome, going back there. Allen says it was 6 stitches.
I counted.
I think there was a couple layers. It might have been a little more interior, exterior. You could see his mobility. He was driving around Jokic and Valanciunas. He felt good. He felt spry. He was moving really well. But just that relentless offensive rebounding, those extra possessions. There was a shot where OG Anunoby had a wide-open 15-footer. This one was in overtime, and he didn't give up on the play. That was a huge bucket for the Knicks, where they kind of could have salted away the game if they didn't make a mistake at the end of that overtime. And then that rolled to the basket where he just sealed Jamal Murray off. And Jamal Murray tried to get his little chicken wing in there, and Karl Anthony Towns with that big barrel-y upper body just locked him down, got that easy too. I thought he played a very passionate game, a very hard game, and it was impressive that Karl Anthony Towns showed up big time against Nikola Jokic and a good front line on this Denver team.
He usually does. He's used to playing against him because he was in the West, he was in Minnesota. They've had some battles, of course, they had some wars in the playoffs, so he always seems to show up. He always likes to play against Jokic. But it felt like, Wally, after he took that hit and there was some blood and he was bleeding, he came back and he was different. Like, he had a little something extra about him. And you could see the crowd started feeling it, the way they were reacting to him. He was feeding off of that. There were so many layers to this game, but that's certainly Towns, the blood, the crowd, the way he was feeling in this building. We haven't seen him looking that, like, feeling that good in a while.
All right, Wally, you're going to be in with me here shortly. Alan, look forward to your work in the locker room. We're just getting started here on our Knicks postgame show. Up next, we have the MSG 150, R.J. Barrett and the Raptors against Ant-Man and the Timberwolves.